Happy birthday, Papa. You're amazing, and I have some great memories with you. One of my most fond memories is how we both like mint chocolate chip ice cream, and how whenever I get some mint chocolate chip ice cream, I'll send you a picture and say, I miss you, I'm thinking of you, stuff like that. And that's really special to me, and it'll like stay with me forever. I also have memories of us like traveling together and how I'll be hanging out with you, and seeing you smile just makes me happy. And you're just amazing, and you're super special to me. I hope you have a great day, and I love you so much, Papa. Bye.
Happy birthday, Papa. Hope you have a great year. Thanks for being such a great example to me and my family. Thanks for all the fun memories, all the family trips, beach vacations, Christmas in the mountains. Love the time that we've got to spend together. Thanks for being my kids' biggest cheerleaders at all their sporting events, and for being a great example to us. Hope you have the best year yet. Happy birthday. Love you.
Hi, Papa. Happy birthday. One of my favorite memories with you definitely have to be when we went to Arizona for spring trainings each year. I loved it so much because, we'd go to Butters, we'd stay at the house and go to the pool with the basketball hoops. Just loved going to the spring training games. It's just really awesome. Hope you have a fun birthday. Bye.
Hi, Papa. I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday and let you know that I miss you so much. I'm so excited to see you in 30A. And I love you, and I hope you have the best birthday ever, and I'm so grateful for everything that you do for our family and for me. And I'm just so grateful that we've been able to spend this much time together, like on the family trips that we take in Breckenridge and Hawaii and Florida. And I'm just so excited to spend time together and make more memories. So my favorite memories with you is when we were in Breckenridge this past year, and you were telling scary stories because everyone was begging you, and we were sitting in the dark, and you came to the scary part, and you reached over and you grabbed Presley, and I think that's the loudest I've ever heard her scream. And I'm so thankful that you've came to all my tournaments. It's so fun to hear you in the back when I'm going back to serve or whatever, and it's just really encouraging. And I love that you come all the way out here just to watch me play volleyball for a day. So I'm so thankful for you, and I miss you so much, and I can't wait to see you in 38.
Happy birthday, Papa. I love you so, so much. You're the best grandpa in the whole entire world. And some of the memories I've had with you are you go on vacation with us almost everywhere. And one of my favorite vacations are when we go up in the mountain house and we stay with all the cousins. And then we do it for Christmas. And then on Christmas morning, we open up all our presents. And when we go to Big Bill's, we have a really good time because it has our last name in it. And when you go to other restaurants, you always get a burger or pizza. And I love that about you. And when we stay over at your house for sleepovers, and we either do like a fun activity, we make something, and I love that you love cars because that's just fun. And one of the most things I love about you is Mudbush. Mudbush is my favorite dessert in the whole entire world. I'm so happy that you created that because I have it almost every night for dinner. And happy birthday. I love you so, so much. Bye, Papa.
Happy 80th birthday, Papa. I'm sending you lots of love here from Mexico. I just wanted to tell you thank you for being such a great example to me and for all the love that you've shown me over the years. You're my biggest cheerleader. You were always on the sides of all my tennis matches, and thank you for being at every award ceremony. Thank you for all the Big Bills runs. Thank you for all the family vacations and all the places that we've been able to see together. And thank you for all the spiritual thoughts and devotionals that you've shared with us over the years. Thank you for the unconditional love that you've shown to me and my siblings and the other cousins. And thank you for your dedication and all your service to the church. You've really shaped me into who I am. Thank you for being my #1 supporter here on the mission. You've never missed an email, and I always look forward to reading your words. Thank you so much for all that you've done for me, and I hope you're celebrating a lot on your 80th birthday. I can't wait to give you a big hug in 6 months, and just know that I love you lots. Te amo.
Happy birthday, Papa. I am going to try and sum up what you mean to me and what impact you've made over my life in a short video. We'll see how it goes. Going back, growing up when we were young, I know you're very busy with responsibilities of work and church and being a dad, a husband, a son. But you always made time for us and doing some fun little things. So I remember guard dog in the big bed. You could always, we'd turn off the lights and do hide and seek with the flashlights. I think it started when the lights went out one time and you tried to drum up something to do, and that's what we came up with, and it stuck. I remember always being able to, you'd always drum up a game of wimps versus whiners, and that was always fun. And sometimes as we got older, you made it more exciting with a little bet here and there if we could hit it over the back fence. So, and that was always so great. But even if it wasn't super special, it was just, let's go on a walk together, hanging out in the backyard, or just mostly you guys playing tennis. But playing tennis, I would sometimes come along watch. And always a car guy in high school. Of course, I always was so lucky to drive to school in a warm, scraped car, even in the cold Colorado winters. Brooke and I Dad would wake us up, usually in the morning, probably 3 or 4 times, and try and get us going. And during times of waking, he would go down and scrape our car off if there was any snow or ice. And then as it got closer to school time, he would turn the car on and let it warm up in the driveway. And we would go to school on ice and toasty in our VW Bug. That was wonderful. Your ability to eat is absolutely astounding. The time and effort that you put into what you are going to eat next, when you are eating next, where you are eating next, what you are going to eat there, and when the next possible food will be coming I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you and Mom stay in shape. I don't know how it's possible. It's unbelievable to me. But good job. You've been able to carry it for 80 years. Keep on going. I can't not bring up all the vacations and holidays that we've had as family. And this is from Jackson Hole trips when we were younger, and we'd drive and we'd stay in the Spurrier's condo, and we'd, or even going to California, or just going to Palm Springs when we were in high school-ish. I think the boys were probably a little bit younger, but going to Palm Springs with the Willardsons, and just how much fun and enjoyment we've had over our years together, just because of bringing that together, us all together for the holidays and Christmas and vacations. It's just so impactful. Like, I know my kids do not see Christmas if they do not see their cousins. It is not happening. It has to be winter. It has to be cousin time. It has to be what you have built, because that's what they know, and that's what it is to them. And like this trip, we're all here once again for you, to celebrate you. I have always looked to you as my kind of guiding light for business direction. Like, you're my kind of North Star. If I have any questions about, like, what should I do, or is this the right decision, or do I need to go this way, that way, ask for the promotion, ask for the raise, what do I need to do? You're always my first call. And you always come across with such support and love, and you give me such confidence that I know I'm not making a wrong decision, and that I can't do wrong. And so it's been such a blessing to have that in my life, because I have needed that kind of mentorship quite a few times. Like Brett says, I'm a funny person to hire, but everybody hires me. It's all right. We've had ups and downs. Most of my downs have been health. And you and Mimi have definitely been there to support me through all that. You have, now as a mom, I can see a little bit more clearly how impactful that probably was for you at the time, and how much it probably still means to you. Not, especially you, Papa, not being able to fix it yourself and just make it better. You're a fixer. And but I've always appreciated what you couldn't fix. You hit with love and support and just loved me through it, and it got us through everything. It's got me through everything, every hardship I've ever had. Even when I had Hannah and she was so premature that she wasn't able to live with us and be here with us on this earth, you were there with me. In fact, all of you were, all my family. Everybody was there with me to support me. And then when I didn't think I could be a mom, you fixed that too. I don't think that there's anything more profound than that gift that you have given me of Chloe and Olivia. And I thank you every single day for the life that I have because of them. I just feel like I'm the luckiest girl on earth because you're my dad. And I'm the luckiest girl on earth because I'm in this family. And I just love you so very much, Papa. I'm so glad to celebrate this with you. I love you.
Happy birthday, Papa. I love you. I'm so excited to be in 30A this year. Without you, we wouldn't be able to celebrate today. I remember when I was little, and you still kind of do this, that when you would be in your work office in your house, you would point to me and say, Nikki. And I thought I was so special after you called me that. And I remember all of the trips that we've taken with you, and I've always looked up to you to be a nice, kind person. Happy birthday, Papa.
Happy birthday, Papa. I love you so much, and I'm so excited to be celebrating your 80th birthday with you in 30A. I love you so much, and I can't wait to spend my entire life making more memories with you. Some of my favorite memories are when we were in Breckenridge and you were telling a very scary story to all of the little kids in the family, even the big kids. And when you got to the end of the story, it was really scary for everyone, even Presley. She jumped a lot, and it was just really funny for me and a lot of other people, I can say. And then another one of my favorite memories is when you took us to Disneyland, me and Chloe, and we got the biggest ice cream cones ever. And that's why I'd love to say that you and me have always shared a very strong passion for food, unlike any other person in the family, and we both love it so much. It's like one of our passions. And I just wanted to wish you the best birthday ever, and I love you so much. And I love it when you come to my tournaments in Utah or any other place and just watch me, because when I see your face when I'm playing, I just instantly feel the need to play better because you're there.
and I just wanted to show you this video to show how grateful I am that you're my grandpa and I love you so much. Have the best birthday.
Happy birthday, Dad. Just maybe sharing a few things that are memories of you, or I'm thinking of things that remind me of you. Playing catch with a baseball in the backyard and wiffle ball at Kettle Circle. Your running shoes sitting by the garage door, right by where you come in. Really long lunches at Merrill your last few years there. Rockies games, wiping off the rain off our seats and enjoying an awesome Colorado evening together, watching baseball. Showing up and picking up my 4Runner and realizing that that's mine, that had that grill guard and those lights on it after I took it in for a service with a surprise from you. Smell of your cars, like nobody's been in them, even though I haven't probably been in most of them. Your smell of your office at your stake president's office back at Timberline. I think I can still smell it today, but so many great memories. Happy birthday to you. You're a great friend and mentor and business partner and dad. I love you and happy birthday.
Hi, Papa. Happy birthday. I just wanted to thank you for making family trips possible and always making me laugh. And I love always seeing you on the side of my tennis matches. And I love how you always make me laugh whenever I see you. And yes, I love you so much and happy birthday.
Happy 80th birthday, Dad. Wow, 80 years. You certainly have accomplished a lot and given us such an example in so many different areas. You've had a successful marriage, you've raised 4 kids, and we're all flourishing in our own lives now. You've reached the pinnacle of every church calling and opportunity that you've ever had, and also been very successful in your business life as well. And it's just given all of us kids such a strong example of hard work and determination and integrity and family and all the positive things that I think we're all trying to impart in our own lives and to our kids. But as a mom now, I often do wonder, when my kids are grown up and they have families of their own, like what things will they remember about like their childhood and growing up with me and with Steve. So I thought for this video it would be fun for me to tell you some of the core memories of things that I remember growing up. So one of the things I remember from, we were still living in Salt Lake, and we got to have this daddy-daughter, it was Kim and me and you. We were going hiking up the canyon, and before we went, you took us to 7-Eleven, which hardly ever happened, and we got to pick out not just one treat. I remember we got to pick out like 2 and 3 and 4 treats, and we brought brown paper bags. Kim and I always say you invented the fanny pack, because you also brought some of that thick, fluffy, like 1970s red ribbon, and you punctured holes in the bag and you tied it around our waist, and we hiked with those all day, and then we'd stop and we'd eat our little snacks, and I remember how much fun that was. I remember you teaching me how to ride my purple bike with the banana seat. I remember building forts in the family room and turning that whole family room into a sea of tables and chairs and blankets on top, and putting the 2 dogs in the front, calling the game guard dog. And I even remember the blue blanket with the pink ribbon, or the pink yarn that would stretch across most of it. I remember nights at East Kettle Circle when the attic fan wasn't quite doing the job. I remember you putting our pillows in the freezer for a little bit and then bringing them to us when they were all nice and crispy cold to help cool us down. I remember nights out in the backyard, and to make things extra fun, you would incentivize us if we were able to hit the ball over the back fence. Sometimes it would be an ice cream cone, sometimes it was gas money. And we all remember that one time when Mom cracked the ball over the back fence and she got to pick out anything she wanted from Trice Jewelers. That might have been the last time we played the game. I remember hours and hours on the tennis courts in Willow Creek, just beating the ball from the baseline. And I struggle to remember too many times when I asked you to play that you told me no. I also remember in the dead of winter, you waking me up at like 5 or 5:30 and taking me with you to watch you and John Jessup and maybe Joe Barton and Lack, because you were playing in the bubble. And you brought me along just in case there was extra court time so that I could play in the winter. I remember the year that you were the one to take us school shopping. It was usually Mom, but Kim and I got to go with you. And we really liked that. Mom was a little more budget conscious, and you were making sure that we had all the cool clothes. There was no shortage of polo sweaters and shirts and cool jeans and the shoe with the right logo. We definitely got our taste for nice things from you. But thankfully you also taught us how to work hard and get them. I remember when I hadn't been 16 for very long, and for some reason, I forget why, you had on loan, I think it was from Dave Calvert actually, a 325i red BMW convertible. And I remember you letting me drive it, and that was for sure the coolest thing I had done up to that point in my life. Because I also got my love of cars from you. I remember too, many hours, probably more fondly than you do, slogging it out, figuring out my DECA presentations. And I know I was frustrated and you were frustrated, but I also know no matter how frustrated I was, I had the guy who could sell ice to an Eskimo, and you were the only one who was going to be able to help me be successful at state and nationals. And I took those lessons at that dining room table, and I used them in future presentations and in life and in sales situations, and never forgot it. Anyway, I just want you to know that I am very grateful for all of the fond memories and grateful to be your daughter, and want to tell you how much I love you and say happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Bob. I want to wish you an amazing birthday this year and for many more years to come. I always appreciate the fact that there's one person that's up to go get a meal, and your love for food is unmatched. You know, what's always been impressed upon me is your care and generosity, which I would describe as extreme and unconditional. You know, like something I've never had in my life. An early memory I have is a nervous one. The day I walked into Bob's office to ask for his permission to marry Kim. This was harder, more difficult than most. And I was not just asking any old dad, I was asking Bob Bills. Larger than life father, husband of the year. And, you know, not to keep you in suspense, but he was gracious enough to say yes. I've always appreciated the life advice that you give us on our trips to Denver, on these vacations, on all those wonderful Christmas Eves we shared. And you have a way to build confidence, to show gratitude, to instill unconditional love in all of us. Now, I haven't had many mentors in my life besides my own father. I've always been a sole operator in business. For the larger part of my adult life, it's always just been me. And it's wonderful to have someone to lean on and who gives guidance to me, my wife, my daughters. That's just wonderful. So Bob, happy birthday. Your love and generosity are unmatched. I love you and look up to you always.
Happy birthday, Papa! I miss living with you and Mimi so much, especially the morning walks, mouse traps, kennel time, scary rocks, endless treats, allergy diets, gated rooms, hand-feeding dinner, and my leash always being stuck around a chair or something. I love it when you come visit me in Utah and I get to snuggle with you in bed. So happy birthday to my first dad. Thanks for bringing me to this awesome family. I love you.
Hi, Bob. Happy birthday. The memory that I wanted to share that I thought was one of my very first memories of you was when Scotty and I think we were just dating still, and I was in grad school, and I flew over here to spend the weekend with Scotty right after he moved here. And I remember I was going to leave the next day, and you started telling Scotty and I about a restaurant downtown that we just had to go to. And of course, you convinced me to change my flight so that I went home a day later so that the next day you could take us out to dinner. I think it was Jack and Grill downtown. And I just remember looking back now how funny that was, because we know you love your restaurants. And I thought that was so fun to go to dinner with you guys and try something fun downtown. So happy birthday, and we love you, and we hope it's the best year ever.
Happy birthday, Papa. I'm glad we get to spend your birthday down in Florida this year and celebrate you. I just want to share a couple of my favorite memories from over the years. One of my favorites is just going to Rockies games on summer nights. Even though the Rockies aren't one of the best teams, usually, it's still awesome just spending the night there talking baseball and just enjoying the sunsets at Coors Field. Another one of my favorite memories is spring training a couple years ago. It was awesome because there was no parents, just me, you, Mimi, and Bo. And it was just more baseball watching, just like chill vacation time. And it's just one of my favorites, and going out to all the restaurants. Another trip, it was longer, but Yellowstone. One of my favorite trips ever. Every time I walk in my closet, I see the picture of us river rafting, and it just reminds me of how awesome that trip was and how crazy the rapids were, and just all the funny stories we have from it. This last summer, going to Cooperstown was very fun. Even though I wasn't playing, spending time with you and all the family was just awesome. Just in a small town in the middle of New York, it was awesome, all the memories. I know you're a foodie and I'm also a foodie, so whenever you take us to all the great restaurants, it is always awesome. You always find the best places to go. And then Big Bill's on Friday nights is one of my favorite things to do ever. Whenever I get invited, I'm very happy, and it just honestly makes my week because Big Bill's is awesome and seeing you guys is awesome also. But one of my favorite things about you is when you call me after my tennis matches and baseball games and just gets the whole update. You're one of my biggest supporters, and it just means a lot when you care about our sports and what we're doing. So thank you for all that you've done and all the memories that we've made, and hope to make more. And I hope you have a great 80th birthday.
Well, I'm finally getting the video done. Dad, I want to wish you a very, very happy birthday. Do not ask Kiki who the last person was to get her this video. I think I may have been delaying production just a touch. Not for lack of wanting something to say, just maybe I was overthinking this a little bit to put it in a small video. But I was thinking back of growing up years, which just feels like the older I get, the more my memories are fading as I get older. But, you know, I think back, you were a busy guy. This isn't meant to be any sad commentary on our growing up years, but you were gone a lot. You were very busy with not only running a full-time job, but you had this other part-time job, a church service that took a lot of time. You know, through all that, we've learned work ethic and how incredible it is to serve people as well. So I remember cherishing the opportunity to run errands with you. And for whatever reason, one of the memories that I remember as if it happened a lot, I don't know if it really did, but it was running to the hardware store with you. This is hilarious because we all know that the ability to fix anything died with Toots, rest his soul. somehow you, Scotty, and I have no ability to fix much of anything. But I do remember running the hardware store, random. Obviously, I remember the time that you took me to Target, and I got caught not by the security at Target, but I got caught by you after we got home when I stole something from the toy section, which you made me return to the Target employee. But I used to love those trips outside of that one. You know, we used to run to McDonald's, get double cheeseburgers. This is back pre nutritional facts days, when you could just go and get a meal at McDonald's and it was thought of as a great, healthy American meal. But I used to love just spending time with you whenever we could, no matter how busy you were. Which brings me to my next topic. You were always willing to play catch with us in the backyard, even put floodlight in the backyard so that we could have some nighttime entertainment, maybe to accommodate your schedule and play catch into the wee hours of the evening. You know, when I think about baseball, I don't know if it's just because, or I guess when I think about you, I think about sports, and my love of sports did come from you. But probably more than anything, and maybe it's because I'm in the throes of it with my boys and dedicating my life to competitive baseball. But I think of the love that you have for the game and the how much I love it, the tie it's been with me and my boys, with you. I think back my first professional Major League Baseball games, you taking me to Angel Stadium in Anaheim. I remember going to Oakland Coliseum when you took me on a Merrill trip years later, long before the Rockies were even a thing. And I love that game to this day, and I think it's because it reminds me of you in a way. So you know, I'm sure this is not going to be the first video to mention this, but I think of another thing when I think of you, it's cars. We've talked cars a lot over the years. I've been involved with, if not just talking about, or with not only just talking about, but car purchases and coming and looking at cars. I have not driven all of your cars. I will have it be known. I've pressured you into it, I think, with some of them, but I have always said you could buy a brand new car off of a showroom floor, return it 3 years later, and it's nicer than when you bought it. You know, it makes me think back of when we were kids, and I've laughed at this having kids of my own on road trips. I have told my kids and Jocelyn the only allowable food that was allowed in any of our cars growing up, and it would only come on a road trip because cars are not to be eaten in, was the crumbleless cookie, if you even want to call it that, Fig Newtons. I think of all of the mashed up, gosh dang, goldfish and Cheetos and random crackers and crap that have been stuck in the seats of my cars since. It's amazing that you ever even would come in our cars. I will say, I know Mom's watching this as well, and this is just one more reminder that Mom, Dad has earned the ability or the allowance to buy whatever car he wants whenever he wants. Not only am I saying this as your financial advisor, but I am also saying this because of the fact that we need to remember, Dad has loved cars forever, but for a stint of his life, he drove a baby blue late 60s model Mustang, old blue. Not one of the cool ones, I'll have you know, which there's plenty of them out there. Not long after that, he did drive a white diesel Volkswagen Rabbit, not cabriolet, which would have been kind of lame if he had a cabriolet anyway, but I am pretty sure that vehicle was gutless. That was followed not long after by a Volkswagen Scirocco, which the Scirocco was only cool in Volkswagen's mind. So that being said, Dad, you have free reign, and I hope you know that. I love cars too. I wish you would have been passionate about something else, because something much cheaper that you could have passed along to me. I wish you would have passed along to me the ability to fix things from Toots, but instead I got the ability to love cars that everything cool nowadays is $100,000 or more. So, but Dad, I do love that part of our relationship over the years as well, and I love watching you get excited, even to this day, if you see somebody else in something and making them feel validating their own purchase, that of some stranger you don't even know that is just excited to talk about their car. I will say, Dad, I mentioned it before, but you've dedicated your life to church service, and you are revered and known by so many around here. I used to laugh when we'd go to lunch when we worked together, and random people would come up to you. A lot of them you knew, but every once in a while I'd always ask after they left, who was that? And you had this ability, or you have this ability, to make people feel like they are the only person in the room, and that they are your best friend, and that is one of your very endearing qualities. But I remember asking you after we run into somebody, and they would be like, I'd say, who was that? And you would turn to me and say, I have no idea. They certainly knew you, but I have loved watching you and knowing so many that love, and there's not a month that goes by that people don't ask about you, that either know you through church or through work. Finally, work, and I know this is going way long, but finally, work. Dad, I've cherished the years that we were able to work together. I know you stuck around for Scotty and I much longer, and I would remember, as your schedule got less and less, as Scott and I took on more and more, and you took Fridays off, and then you'd take Fridays and Mondays off, and that Tuesday to Thursday schedule, you'd roll in around 10:30, want to go lunch with your boys at 12. You'd want to stretch that lunch to 1:30 or beyond, and Scotty and I'd be looking over at each other going, we got to get back, we got crap to do. But it was awesome being with you, learning from you, trying to follow in your very big footsteps. Dad, I just want to tell you how much I love you. You are truly an incredible human being that I try to live up to daily. I love your example you give me. You're teaching me about so many wonderful things: financial responsibility, the love of our Savior, love for others, constant service, and just always being really in such a decent mood and a decent human being. I am so excited to spend this birthday with you, and look forward to many, many more. Dad, I love you so much.
Happy birthday, Papa. I really hope you have a happy birthday, and I have a couple memories that I want to tell you right now. So my first memory is whenever we see you at Big Bill's, I like just seeing you happy, and I like going there with you because it has our last name in it. And I have another memory, and whenever we just go on vacations together, I just feel happy to see you. I love you, Papa. I hope you have a happy birthday. Bye.
Hi, Papa. Happy 80th birthday. I just wanted to say how proud I am to be your grandson, and how happy I am when I hear that you're going on vacations with us, and how thankful I am
Happy birthday, Papa. I'm so excited to see you and everyone else in Florida for your 80th birthday. One of my favorite memories with you is probably when I was a bit younger, like 6 or 7, and all the cousins were in Denver, and, you know, we were all just, you know, getting together, and everyone was playing tennis, and I didn't want to, obviously, but I didn't know how to tell anyone that. But I saw you sitting on one of the tennis benches, and that gave me the courage to do what I wanted to do. So I sat down and we talked and we talked and we talked, and it was really peaceful, and I really ended up liking that day. You know, we can really relate, you know, me and you, because of our love of reading. I swear every time I see you, I either have to look to the left or look to the right, and I can see the current book you're reading. And it makes me really happy because I don't know a lot of people who like to read like I do. Happy birthday, Papa. I hope you have the best birthday ever.
Hey Bob, happy 80th birthday. By the time you watch this, we'll all be together in 30A celebrating you and everything good and wonderful about you. But I wanted to start off by sharing a few things that you may or may not already know. First of all, I love Porsches. I really do. It's been one of my favorite vehicles of all time, and thank you for giving me that little nudge I needed to get one. But in all seriousness, I just love you, Bob, and everything about you. And I feel incredibly fortunate to be part of this family. You know, over the years, you have imparted so much wisdom to me, and the most profound lessons seem to have always been focused around family. And through your and Susan's example, you know, I've learned what it truly means to be a good husband, father, and provider for Brooke and the kids. And although I pale in comparison to you, truly, not even close, I do believe that I've become a better person because of you. You know, it's not uncommon for me to ask myself, you know, what would Bob do in this situation? And your just experience and insight and wisdom have helped me quite a bit throughout the years, so thank you for that. Some of my most favorite memories are when you share stories or lessons from Scripture during our family get-togethers over the holidays. And although these lessons are primarily meant for the kids, you know, to learn about kindness and compassion and generosity, I believe all the adults in that room benefit from those reminders of what truly matters in life, and not to get hung up on the day-to-day. You know, I literally, you know, during those lessons and stories, I literally hang on every word of yours, and I've often recorded them, just so you know. But you know, growing up, I had a great childhood, but I never had this type of guidance. So for me, it's always been something very special. So thank you. And you know, Bob, I think it goes without saying that you are an amazing person, an amazing father-in-law, and I appreciate you more than you could possibly know. You know, thank you for always being there for me and my family, and being an inspiration to us all. So happy birthday, Bob. We all love you very much.
Happy birthday, honey. I can't believe that this is your 80th. You sure don't look 80. I just want you to know that I love you so much, and I want to tell you some of the things that I admire in you. First and foremost is the kind of husband, father, and grandfather you are. You put us first all the time, and we are so blessed to have you. When I think about the qualities that you have, I've thought about all the things you do for me. I can't believe everything is taken care of. You help around the house. Of course, you don't cook, but that's okay because you're a fabulous cleaner-upper. that you do the cars and you do the finances. You take care of the garage and work in the yard. There's nothing that you don't do. And oh, you do the garbage and you do it so well, and it's your very favorite day of the week. Seems like every time I'm ready to go do something and I mention I have something to accomplish, like getting pots ready to plant or take down the laundry, I go to do it and you've already done it. So you are amazing. I know that you have been there for whatever the kids need, and you've been so generous and kind to them, and it would help them in anything that they need throughout their life. You've been that way with them. And I know that they love you so much. And your children have learned from you a great work ethic. You've always worked so hard. And I remember when you were working at Merrill Lynch and AT&T, your integrity and honesty was amazing. If you even did a little copy or whatever at work for a personal project, you would put a little money in the petty cash to pay for it. And I've seen you take things back to the store if it wasn't charged. And I'm just amazed at that, because who does that nowadays? Anyway, I'm really happy that you're that kind of a man. Do you remember when we'd walk down 9th East and go on little walks when we were first married, and we'd plan our future and think about our future family and things we wanted to do? I knew right then that you had so much ambition and you were so dedicated to accomplishing and being successful. And you have been. You've been successful at work. You've been a leader in church. Everything you've done well. And I'm so proud of you. I remember too when we'd save up our money for weeks and months to be able to go out to dinner twice a year to somewhere nice, like the Heidelberg and Paprika, the 5 Alls. $12 would do it, and that included the $2 tip, and it would be a filet mignon dinner. Things have really changed, haven't they? Anyway, I remember wonderful trips that we've always done. The trip we went on to our cabin, as the kids would call it. They thought we had that cabin, and it was our very own at Calder Bay, because that's about what we did each year. And I remember when we wanted to stay one more day, and we figured our money out, and we finally realized that if we had to have money for getting home to get gas, and we had to pay for one more night, we'd only have enough money for a little hamburger that night to share between all of us. But we did it, and we had so much fun, and we made it work. And I know you always want to stay one more day on a vacation. From that time on, you always worked hard, and now we can afford really nice vacations with our cute kids and our cute grandkids, and we're so appreciative for you for doing that. I know the things that I've learned from you are wonderful. I've learned not to procrastinate. I've learned to get the job done. Excuse me. I've learned how awesome European cars are. And I've learned the virtues of Big Bill's Pizza on Friday nights. I like it too now. But I've learned so much about the gospel and about sharing and about serving others. You've been an amazing example. You're quite the foodie, you're a car aficionado, you're a Book of Mormon specialist, and you are a shoe expert. You have a great sense of humor, and yet you know when things are sacred and when things should be honored and revered. You've touched the lives of so many people through the years, not the least of which is mine and our wonderful children and grandchildren. I love you so much, and I hope you've had a wonderful birthday.